Today on the net, Egyptian protesters promote the third way. Web users hail the Russian female athlete's podium kiss. And a kitesurf champion reaches heights of 240 meters. Protesters in Egypt, uncomfortable with both the military and the Muslim Brotherhood, are being encouraged to literally make some noise and stand at their open windows and bang on pots and pans every evening at 9 p.m. when the nighttime curfew begins in certain parts of the country. Filmmaker Alem Wassaf launched the initiative online on Saturday to speak out against the recent violence and voice his fears the country is about to descend into civil war. The campaign, called Heard, is for the many Egyptians who up until now have stayed out of the conflict between the army and the Islamists by staying at home. Many have since taken to social networks confirming they have been banging their pots and pans. In this tweet, however, Karim Bissa says he was the only one in his neighbourhood making some noise, illustrating the movement has yet to gain ground. It has indeed been difficult for Egyptians who don't wish to take sides in Egypt's political crisis to get their message across. Several rallies were staged in Cairo last month to try and recruit revolutionaries who support neither the army nor the Muslim Brotherhood. And with the country more divided than ever, the loosely organised movement called the Third Square, which promotes a middle road to avert conflict, has yet to make its mark. After claiming gold in the 4x400 metre race at the World Athletics Championships in Moscow on Saturday, two Russian athletes, Tatyana Ferova and Sanaya Rizova, exchanged a kiss on the medals podium. Their symbolic gesture, which was in protest to their country's newly imposed and highly strict anti-gay laws that ban, amongst other things, so-called gay propaganda, has been met with widespread reaction on social networks. Hundreds of web users the world over have hailed what they consider to be a heroic act. Most feel the Russian runners show great bravery by defying the authorities in this way. Others even go as far as to say they will go down in history, as did athletes John Carlos and Tommy Smith when they raised their black-gloved fists into the air on the medals podium at the 1968 Olympics as a silent protest against racial discrimination and segregation in the US at that time. And although many have congratulated the two women, some web users have voiced fears of potential reprisals, even a prison term, as the Russian authorities may well say their kiss violates the new laws by promoting homosexuality. Twitter users like this woman are saying we need to closely follow the outcome of this affair to make sure nothing happens to the two world champions. Campaigning under the hashtag #JonesHalfMillion, web users in the UK have convinced the ruling coalition to return a donation of £500,000 to government funds. The money was left to the Conservative and Liberal Democrat parties by a member of the public, Joan Edwards, in her will, saying she wanted the government to spend it as they see fit. But instead of allocating the funds to priority sectors like healthcare or education, the coalition shared it between them as a party donation. And this sparked a furious backlash, and after mounting criticism, they returned the money to the state. Spike Lee started a fundraising appeal on crowdfunding site Kickstarter last month to cover the production costs of his next film, and he'll be rewarding backers with all sorts, including items from his own personal collections. The campaign has proved hugely popular, as the American filmmaker has exceeded his goal of $1,250,000, but despite the money pledged, he has released little information about the project. All we know is that it will focus on human beings who are addicted to blood. Kitesurf champion Jesse Richman reached heights of 240 meters as he was towed along by a speedboat over a lake in Oregon in the US last week. The stunt had never been accomplished by a kiteboarder before, and you can check out the amazing exploit in this video, which is currently doing the rounds on sharing sites.